Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. In this session, we will be discussing from two verses, the 6th and the 7th verses of the 11th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. These two verses are given separately, but they are related, so I will discuss in this one session both the verses. First, I will discuss the 6th verse. Nathas mate nathas sadangri pankajam virincha vairinchya surendra vanditam Parayanam kshemam ihe chatam param nayatra kala prabhavet parah prabhuhu. This is one of the prayers offered by the citizens of Dwaraka to Krishna. The citizens said, O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the four Sanas, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana and Sanat Kumara, and even the king of heaven, Surendra, the king of heaven, Indra. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. So these citizens are enlightened persons. They know what is Krishna's position. Their attachment or attraction for Krishna is not blind. They are not ignorant fools. They are completely in knowledge. So, one of the important points to remember is bhakti means knowledge. Bhakti means complete material detachment. Bhakti means pure heart. That is bhakti. Bhakti is not just another material sentiment. In a heart filled with material desires, in a heart full of ignorance, that is not bhakti. That may appear like bhakti, or that may be a beginning of one's expression of devotion to Krishna. But one has to make progress from the stage of sentiment to the stage of actual devotion filled with knowledge, detachment, transcendental feelings, etc. So, Prabhupada explains in the purport, the Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita and other authorized Vedic literatures. No one is equal to him and no one is greater than him. And that is a verdict of all the scriptures. He is the Supreme. Supreme means nobody is equal to him, nobody is greater than him. There is no competition between Krishna and the other Devatas. Between Devatas there is competition. Though there is a hierarchy among Devatas, but still their position is never permanent. The Devatas' position is not permanent. They hold temporary pose. The entire creation will be destroyed completely along with the demigods quitting their posts. Their body itself will be finished, so what to speak of their post. But Krishna's position as the Supreme Lord is not a position exactly. It is He who is always the Supreme. He is not occupying a post as if the post is sometimes vacant and somebody else may come. No. He is the Supreme Lord constitutionally. The influence of time and space is exerted upon the dependent living entities. We are all dependent in this material world, those who have taken birth by force of karma. We depend on the material nature, and there is Kala, the powerful Kala, which restricts our duration of life in this body, which limits everything what we can do. Now we as living beings, we are part and parcel of Krishna. But what is our position? The living entities are predominated Brahman. We are spirit, we are spiritual beings. Lord is spirit, supremely spiritual being. But we are predominated, we are controlled, we are subordinate to Krishna. Whereas the Supreme Lord is a predominating absolute. He is always the Lord, the controller, the master, the enjoyer, the supremely powerful. That we have to remember. As soon as we forget this clear fact, we are at once in illusion. There are only two states of existence for every living being. Either we are in Krishna consciousness, where we are properly situated under the full protection of Krishna, Krishna providing us with everything without even ever asking, or we are in the shelter of the illusory energy, and the illusory energy is very stringent laws which are governing every single thing in our material life, material existence. We are put into threefold miseries in material existence. We are put into threefold miseries. We are in illusion because we forget who we are, we forget who is Krishna, we forget our spiritual nature, we think we are product of matter, we identify with the body. This is illusion. And threefold miseries constantly attacking the body, the mind. The clear consciousness of the cognizant living being is God consciousness. Cognizant means we are always full of consciousness, aware, we are always aware. That awareness is distinctly a quality of the living being as opposed to the matter. Matter doesn't have cognizance, doesn't have awareness, doesn't have consciousness. So we are not matter, we are not this material body, we are not product of material nature, no. In God consciousness or Krishna consciousness, one bows down unto Him. Him means Krishna, the Supreme Lord, in all circumstances. Eternally we are subordinate. Eternally we should be grateful to Krishna for everything. The 7th verse, Tvameva mata atha suhrit patih pita tvam sadgurur na paramam cha daivatam yasyanu krutino babhuvima. The meaning of this 7th verse is, O Creator of the universe, you are our mother, well-wisher, Lord, Father, spiritual master and worshipable deity. Krishna is everything for his devotees. So that is being highlighted here. By following in your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. We pray therefore that you continue to bless us with your mercy. So Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport, the all-good personality of Godhead, being the creator of the universe, also plans for the good of all good living beings. See, actually, Krishna does not make a distinction between different living beings in this world as good and bad. but we become good or bad according to our attitude, according to our choice, the choice we make. So he has all good plans for us, Krishna. The good living beings are advised by the Lord to follow his good advice, and by doing so they become successful in all spheres of life. Success in life, especially the human form of life, is when we follow Krishna's instructions as he has given us advice in the Bhagavad Gita. There is no need to worship any deity but the Lord. This material world is such a complex place. People have so many material desires, and they sometimes think that the devatas can fulfill my material desires better than Krishna, or they are ignorant of Krishna, so therefore they don't even approach Krishna, they only go to demigods. Or some of them who are completely atheistic, they don't even go to any demigods or or Krishna, they simply depend upon their own personal strength, personal abilities, personal intelligence, without realizing all these personal things are given by Krishna only through material nature. So foolish people are like that. So Prabhupada says there is no need to worship any deity other than Krishna. Krishna is the only worshipable Lord for everyone. Even the devatas worship Krishna, as was explained in the previous verse. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, the topmost devatas, everyone, all the devatas are Vishnu Bhakta. Vishnu Bhakta Smrto Daiva Asuras Tad Viparyayaha. Asuras are non-devotees. All the 33 crore devatas in this one universe are all devotees of Vishnu or Krishna. So if they are worshipping Krishna, why shouldn't we worship Krishna? They derive everything they have, including their power, from Krishna. So we should understand Krishna's position is absolute Lord, not relatively situated as Lord sometime. No. The demigods are relatively situated. The Lord is all powerful, and if he is satisfied by our obedience unto his lotus feet, he is competent to bestow upon us all kinds of blessings for the successful execution of both our material and spiritual lives. This is an important point Srila Prabhupada is making. For spiritual life, somebody may think, I may have to worship Krishna. But for material life, they think they have to worship some devatas, or they have to work hard in material existence. No, there is no need of any separate endeavor for success in material life either. Both materially and spiritually, we are successful simply by worshipping Krishna, by depending on Krishna, by following Krishna's instructions, even in material life. And it is important to remember, for attaining spiritual existence, the human form is a chance for all of us to understand our eternal relation with God. We have an eternal relationship with Krishna. It's not like the material relationships which are based on this body. They end with the body. Material relationships end with the body. Spiritual relationship is with Krishna, and that is eternal, that is never based on this body. It is actually the relationship between the soul and this Supreme Lord Krishna. Soul to Supreme Soul, that relationship. Because soul is eternal, Krishna is eternal, therefore relationship is also eternal, soul to soul. Our relation with him is eternal, it can neither be broken nor vanquished. Material relationships are broken. Spiritual relationship with Krishna is never broken. It is just forgotten for the time being. Now somebody may be forgetful of Krishna's relationship. But it can be revived also by the grace of the Lord if we follow his injunctions. If we follow his instructions, it can be revived. And these injunctions are revealed in the scriptures of all times and all places. Shastra means that which gives us the instructions, how we can revive our memory of Krishna. That is what is actually explained in the Shastra. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.